Muhammad Ali Jinnah, known respectfully as Qaid Azam, meaning great leader, was the founder of Pakistan and one of the most influential political figures of the 20th century. His life story is not only the story of a man, but the story of a nation born through constitutional struggle, vision, and unwavering determination. For international audiences, Jinnah represents a rare example of leadership rooted in law, discipline, and moral conviction rather than violence or populism. Muhammad Ali Jinnah was born on December 25, 1876, in Karachi, which was then part of British India. He was born into a merchant family that valued education and hard work. From a young age, Jinnah showed signs of independence, intelligence, and self-confidence. At the age of 16, he traveled alone to London, a bold decision that would shape his future profoundly. In England, he studied law at Lincoln's Inn, where he was deeply influenced by British legal traditions, constitutionalism, and democratic values. He returned to India as a highly trained barrister, armed not only with legal expertise, but with a belief in justice, reason, and rule of law. Jinnah quickly established himself as one of the finest lawyers in Bombay. His sharp intellect, commanding presence, and integrity earned him widespread respect. Unlike many politicians of his time, Jinnah relied on logic and constitutional argument rather than emotional rhetoric. He entered politics through the Indian National Congress, believing that Hindus and Muslims could work together to gain independence from British rule. During this early phase, he was known as the Ambassador of Hindu-Muslim Unity, a title that reflected his commitment to cooperation and peaceful coexistence. However, as political realities changed, Jinnah began to realize that Muslim political rights were increasingly being marginalized. Despite repeated efforts to secure fair representation and safeguards for Muslims within a united India, his concerns were largely ignored. The rise of majoritarian politics deeply troubled him. Gradually, Jinnah's vision evolved, not out of hostility, but out of necessity. He joined and later led the All India Muslim League, transforming it from a weak organization into a powerful political force. The turning point came in the 1930s and 1940s when Jinnah articulated the idea that Muslims of the subcontinent were not merely a religious group, but a distinct political nation with their own cultural, social, and historical identity. This vision became known as the two-nation theory. Jinnah argued that without political autonomy, Muslims would remain vulnerable in a Hindu-majority India. His demand was not driven by hatred, but a desire for dignity, security, and equality. Under his leadership, the Muslim League passed the Lahore Resolution in 1940, which formally called for independent Muslim states. From that moment onward, Jinnah became the central figure of Muslim political aspirations. Despite declining health, he worked tirelessly, negotiating with British authorities and Indian leaders with unmatched discipline and focus. His speeches emphasized constitutional methods, minority rights, and democratic principles, making his struggle one of the most remarkable nonviolent political movements in history. In August 1947, after decades of struggle, Pakistan was born. Muhammad Ali Jinnah became its first governor-general, standing before a new nation facing immense challenges: mass migration, violence, economic instability, and administrative collapse. In his historic address to Pakistan's Constituent Assembly, Jinnah outlined a vision of a state based on law, justice, and religious freedom, declaring that religion was a personal matter and that all citizens were equal before the state. This speech remains one of the most progressive political statements in South Asian history. Sadly, Jinnah did not live long enough to see his vision fully realized. Suffering from tuberculosis, his health rapidly declined. On September 11, 1948, just over a year after Pakistan's creation, Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah passed away. His death plunged the young nation into grief, but his legacy remained deeply embedded in Pakistan's identity. Today, Muhammad Ali Jinnah is remembered not only as the founder of Pakistan, but as a symbol of principled leadership, constitutional struggle, and moral courage. For American and global audiences, his life offers a powerful lesson that nations can be built through intellect rather than arms, through patience rather than rage, and through vision rather than fear. Qaid Azam's journey from a barrister in London to the architect of a nation stands as one of the most extraordinary political achievements of the modern era, a reminder that one determined individual, armed with clarity and conviction, can change the course of history.